Hi there, my name is Cupicate, and welcome back to WolfQuest. War is coming with Stigandr. So Stigandr last time did spend a little time with his pups, but he is still having trouble with connection because he fears it. Right now, he is still very much focused on his goal of creating an army and spreading his scent and territory as far as he can get. And now, because of that, the Lucky Pack is no more. As you can see here, the Lucky Pack has been driven out of Lost River altogether, aside from their home hex, where they have retreated back to. They will probably attempt to fight back against Stigandr, but he will move on, take what wolves he has won, and keep going into the rest of the map, possibly running into some of our other wolves that we're playing in Lost River. Right now, Shiva is on the hunt. She has 49% hunger, and she's almost starving. Stigandr has not brought her to any food recently, and so she's taking it into her own hands, which has pleased him greatly to a point where he's decided to go and hunt just in case she isn't successful. He realizes he has a strong and capable mate, and he doesn't really desire to give her any extra help, but he also can't afford for her to move along from him. After all, she has the pups. The pups would follow her to the end if she decided to leave him, so he's going to hunt for her to remind her that he can still take care of her and he still cares for her. A form of manipulation. I apologize if this is very dark. We are telling a story of a villain, and villains are manipulative, they are cunning, they pretend to be kind so that you stay within their clutches, and that is what Stigandr is doing. Now, before we get too far into this hunt, I do need to roll to see if Bovar is on his side today, or if Eartha is fighting back. As it turns out, Bovar is certainly keeping her watchful eye on Stigandr, giving him a little help where she can, whereas Eartha's eyes are trying to take care of her other wolves, because they need her blessings as well, and she's missing out on this up-and-coming wolf that is to rise against her. And just like that, a cow elk kind of gives herself away. She definitely has fight left in her, but Stigandr is strong, and with the fire goddess at his back, there is nothing stopping him, and he takes this elk down with ease. With a howl of victory, he announces to Shiva that there is food here and that she should come and dine with him. Meanwhile, Kiba doesn't like the way the story is going, and she's telling me all about it in the background. I forgot just how whiny his second howl is, but for story purposes, I am going to say that he purposely sets it high-pitched and vulnerable sounding as a sweet way to call Shiva back to him. Almost as a way to say that he's safe, and he isn't going to hurt her. It is true. He's not going to hurt her. He's not going to risk her dying or his pups dying. He needs her, and he knows it, which is one of the reasons why he does things like this, is because without her, part of his army goes missing. And if he can't hold on to a mate and keep pups alive, that doesn't look very good as a leader of an army. Shiva comes in showing off her confidence a bit. And that's a way for her to remind him, I am not so fragile. And he knows. That's one of the reasons he chose her, is because hidden behind a little bit of coy, timid behavior was a true she-wolf. Strong, capable, and equal to him. And I do think he finds that attractive. I believe that in his own strange way, he has a love for Shiva, but it's not a healthy love. It's not the way a mate should love another mate. It's almost more like a business partner admiring another business partner. The two decide to return back to the pups together to give them food, and a strength and bond is much needed for the pups to stay obedient. It's puppy feeding time! I always get so excited, and me as a player is just like, oh, puppies! But I imagine that Stigandr is treating this much like business. I can't fathom that in my brain though, because like I said, puppies! How could you not just fall in love with these bundles of fluff? And I think that's the problem though, is that it is hard not to, and he's almost having to force himself not to have that love. So it comes out stern and harsh. Now that we are back, it is time for a weight check. Our fleas are also not so great. But so far, Cinder is 9.4 pounds, Azula's 10.1 pounds, Cleo is 9.8 pounds, Micah is 10.3, Quill is 9.8, Adder is 10.1, and Nylanir is 9.5. So we've almost got the pups up to 10 pounds. Some of them have already passed that. Both Stigandr and Shiva are teaching them confidence. She does a confident tail wag, and he is doing the confident tail, which his tail is crooked, so it just looks like a husky tail, which makes me smile. I do notice that Shiva, a lot of the time, is teaching howling or confident gestures. Occasionally, I'll see her play bow, but it's pretty rare. She's very confident. There's her play bow right there. So she does still play bow. Oh boy. Oh no. Where are they coming from? Hello? We may lose a pup here, y'all. Oh, there they are. Hopefully Shiva can get the other one. Oh boy. I knew it might happen. I knew that was one of the things that would go wrong with his flaw, is that we could potentially lose a pup. And though Cinder had fought hard and survived sickness, she didn't survive the wolf attack from Lucky Pack. It's so hard as a player because that was so easily avoided, right? You know, if they could have gone into the den in time and Cinder would have lived. But because this is Stigandr and I'm playing it this way, there's always that risk. My heart breaks for little Cinder. Shiva is walking back slowly. She's angry. I can tell by the way she's walking. She's sad, she's hurt. She doesn't really understand. Shiva is strong, but there are some things about Stigandr she doesn't like, and she doesn't understand why they have to watch. But he is stern in his beliefs, and he feels that if Cinder could not survive the wolf attack, then she was not meant to survive being an adult. From the shock of losing their sibling, Nylanir has fallen ill. He was there when Cinder got taken, and now he is rendered speechless and hopeless and is starting to run a fever. In some ways, Stigandr understands. He has seen his own sister ripped apart by Crevice Lake, but he offers no comfort. He leaves Shiva with the remaining of their pups, and he goes on with vengeance in mind. If he sees a rogue Lucky Pack member, he's going to kill them. Coyotes too? Where are they? Here! I think this coyote may have to go. Stigandr is full of rage after that wolf attack, and even though he is stern and harsh with his pups, and he pushes down that love for them, he is enraged. The music does not fit. The coyote goes down, and he howls in victory. His pups howl with him, and he proclaims that when you are attacked, you kill your enemies. A harsh and brutal lesson for young pups. But they must learn it. And he stands in pride that they have seen his power and that they know that this is what he expects of them. If someone crosses you, you end them first. As the sun is peeking out over the mountains, Stigandr is still filled with that fiery rage. He is going to reclaim territory that has weakened, and he has death on the mind. He knows exactly where to go. He can smell where the Lucky Pack is strong, and that's exactly where he's heading. Stigandr smells stranger wolves. He can smell the Lucky Pack in the distance, and he is tracking them down. He's hoping these are the two wolves that got away with killing his daughter. He has marked over their hex, and now he is howling a challenge. He has no idea how many wolves could come after him. It could be 1, 2, 3. But he doesn't care. They turned to fight him, and then they started to realize just how strong Stigandr was. They were honestly doing pretty good if they had kept their confidence high. But now they're running in terror, and he is chasing them down. Ah, the border protected them. The Lucky Pack is moving in the distance, and it looks like they're trying to leave. You can see several of them are walking away from Stigandr. They are more afraid of this lone wolf, even though there are 6 of them in total, trying to hold their ground. But they won't approach him. They have been pushed over the border where humans are known to be, and as irritated as he is, he won't risk getting caught in one of their traps. He just hopes that the humans can trap them the way he was trapped. Strangely, Shiva comes out to Stigandr as he's trying to sleep. Almost as a way to help him, sorry. Oh, this is the wolf he fought the other day. Wow. Shiva helped Stigandr make the killing blow on one of the wolves that helped kill Cinder. She was so hurt and so angry that even she sought vengeance, met up with Stigandr, waited the Lucky Pack wolves out for them to come back and look for food for the pack, and killed this wolf. Stigandr has never felt so close to a wolf now. There is a huge love for Shiva now that she has agreed to help kill. And they just keep coming. Ah, using the border to your advantage. You guys suck. Once again, Shiva is helping get this wolf. This wolf is injured and slow, trying to make its way back to safety, and barely makes it. Our two wolves have successfully driven off the lucky pack. They may still try to pick and pester Stigandr and Shiva, but they know their wrath now. More and more wolves will join Stigandr, knowing his power, his strength, and his unrelenting need for more power and bloodlust. And he doesn't care who has to die to get it. They see that now and they're terrified. But not just that. They don't just see Stigandr standing in the shadows, waiting for them to make a mistake. They see Shiva too, and her red eyes peering just as dangerously next to his. These two are a powerful couple. And now that Shiva has felt pain and loss, she's angry. She's full of fire. I'm afraid for our Snagglefang pack. However, Kirby could be just as dangerous. The only thing holding her back is age. So we'll see what happens with our wolves in the future.